And good morning, everyone. Welcome to This Day.
And it is, what day is it? It's Thursday.
Thursday.
And it's the 7th. And it's also National Fettuccine Alfredo Day, which I know you love. And,
I do.
And Ken's going to talk to us about this a little later as well. And I'll tell you a little more after Ken tells us who's on the show.
Yeah, on our show today, we have Dr. John Hovannisian from Harvard Eye Associates. He's going to be talking about a new type of a lens implant. Also, from our social services department, we're having Stephanie Pizzola, and she is from the Caregiver Resource Center. Robert's Rules is here in the form of Joan Milliman, of course, and Joan is having their Robert's Rules Study Club meeting this Saturday, going to tell us the topics of that. And then we have Sheila Bialka and David Deering from the Old Pros, and they have, I think, 2 or 3 things to talk about.
Yes.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff. Right now, you're going to tell us any meetings today?
Yes, we have one meeting, which is the 3rd Landscape Committee meeting, and that will be in the boardroom starting at 9 a.m. and potentially going till 11:30 a.m. Okay, so fettuccine alfredo or fettuccine al burro is a pasta dish made from fettuccine tossed with Parmesan cheese and butter. As the cheese melts, it emulsifies the liquids to form a smooth and rich sauce coating the pasta. The Trattoria of Piazza Rosa was the birthplace of fettuccine alfredo, and the famous dish in the world was invented by Alfredo di Lillo, who was concerned about the lack of appetite of his wife, Ines, who was pregnant with her son, Armando, who was born in 1908. Alfredo di Lillo opened his restaurant Alfredo in 1914 in Rome. Alfredo's in Rome might have remained an obscure local eatery if it hadn't been for Hollywood silent film stars Douglas Fairbanks and Mary Pickford. During their 1927 honeymoon in Rome, they dined at Alfredo's restaurant, and later they gave Alfredo a golden fork and spoon inscribed to the king of fettuccine. In 1943, during the war, he sold the restaurant to others outside his family, but he missed it so much that in 1950, he reopened a different restaurant called Alfredo di Roma with his son Armando. Now, famous people from all over the world would visit the restaurant, as you can see here, Alfred Hitchcock and also President Kennedy. But interestingly, in 1982, at the Epcot Center, they opened a replica of the restaurant, but it did close in 2007, and now it became a pizza place called Naples. Now, I know Ken is a big Disney aficionado, and he actually dined at Alfredo di Roma at Epcot Center, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I was there actually the day that Epcot opened, and I had been to that restaurant a couple times, so I had the original way it's prepared. And by the way, it is not prepared with cream. It's just the noodles, Parmesan cheese, and lots of butter. No cream in it at all. All right. Great weather today, very much what we had yesterday. Absolutely beautiful, crystal clear out. A little more clouds as we get into tomorrow. Then on Saturday and Sunday, we're looking at some more rain coming in. This shouldn't be a real strong system. 30% chance on Saturday, 20% chance on Sunday. Monday, mostly cloudy. It'll be a little bit clearer, by the way, as we get into Monday afternoon. I do want to tell you, though, next week, probably Wednesday or into Thursday, we're looking at another strong system coming in, something that could produce another 2 or 3 inches. That's going to be late Wednesday and the Thursday as it stands right now. Over the weekend, you know, at this point, we're not looking at much at all. Maybe 1/10 of an inch on each day or something, maybe 1/4 inch for the entire weekend. So that could change a little bit, but it's going to be more scattered stuff. But next week, another big system. All right, it's going to look nice around the county today and beyond. What we had yesterday, everything's up by, I'd say 2 to 3 degrees, but another crystal clear day. 36 degrees up there in Big Bear. So that's their high today. All right, busy show. We'll be back in just a moment.
I just love that ring. Where'd you get it?
I got it at the jewelry box. I saw it on Facebook, and then I went in and bought it. They have the most unique, awesome pre-owned pieces for amazing prices.
The Jewelry Box of Lake Forest, voted best jewelry store in Orange County for 8 straight years, offering unmatched prices on fine jewelry and watches, refurbished to new condition.
Visit us in our store or shop our website for just arrived items.
The Jewelry Box. It's about trust. Are you looking for a better way to manage your medication? MedBox by AmeriPharma has redefined the pharmacy experience. No more pill organizers and vials. When we fill your prescriptions, you get all your medications conveniently packaged by the dose and delivered to your door at no additional cost. This means no change in insurance, copays, or out-of-pocket expenses. Call our specialists today and discover the new way of pharmacy. MedBox by AmeriPharma.
We love to show people that our sight loss won't hold us back. Thanks to free classes at Braille Institute, we're returning to the things we love. We're connecting with the world using today's technology. And we're learning to get back in the game. Thanks to Braille Institute, it's about what we can do, not what we can't.
Get information about free programs available from Braille Institute Anaheim, or learn about our new center in South Orange County by calling 1-800-BRAILLE or visit brailleinstitute.org.
The eye care experts at Harvard Eye Associates have been treating the vision of patients in Southern California for over 30 years. As a leader in multi-specialty eye care, our doctors specialize in cataracts, glaucoma, retina, cornea, LASIK vision correction, oculoplastics, and diabetic eye care. As an approved FDA research center, our doctors offer surgical techniques and technology not available to the general public. Harvard Eye Associates, the future of vision today. Laguna Hills, San Clemente. Call 800-974-EYES.
And I'd like to welcome back with us today from Harvard Eye Associates, Dr. John Hovnesian. Always good to see you.
Great to see you as well, always.
And you often come on and tell us about new technology, new things. You're going to talk about something that along those lines today. But you know, we've often talked about too how fortunate here in this area in Orange County that this is basically the Silicon Valley of eye technology, right?
It is so exciting to be in this area because you're exactly right. We are in the place where more than anywhere else in the world we are developing, there are companies developing new technology, and so that's great for people who live in this area because we have a chance to experience those at an earlier stage. We get involved in a lot of studies, not of you know, sort of first in man, first in human implants, but we wait until you know, there's phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3, to the last phase 3 of FDA studies to get involved, and that's when we feel it's pretty reasonably safe and you know, comfortable for our patients to get treated.
Yeah, and I have to ask, why do you think Orange County became that? What started it? Was it a certain company like, what was the company, Allergan?
Allergan, Allergan. You know, so Gavin Herbert, who's still living and still involved in Allergan, really took a company that had an eye drop idea and cultivated into much, much more. They helped developing lens implants and surgical equipment, then spun off what became now Johnson & Johnson Vision, which is in Santa Ana. They're here. Alcon is the biggest company in eye care. They're based in Fort Worth, Texas, but they also have a presence here in Orange County. Bausch & Lomb is based in Rochester, New York, and New Jersey, but they have a presence here too. So all the eye care, and then of course around that develops a whole ecosystem of startup companies, because if you want good talent who's in the eye care space, you borrow them from bigger companies that are in that same specialty.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal place, and we really benefit, and our patients really benefit from it.
So today we're going to be talking about lens implants, and I think you've been coming on 10 years, maybe?
At least, more than that. Let's not go there.
Okay, but the point I'm trying to make is, over the years, I have seen all the different types of lens implants and how they progress, and it's phenomenal.
It is phenomenal, and we get better and better results for our patients. And the typical type of lens implant is done during the most commonly performed surgical procedure in the U.S., and that's cataract surgery. A cataract happens when we have birthdays, and the lens of the eye, we won't go there, and the lens of the eye becomes cloudy, and we fix it by replacing that lens with an artificial lens that lasts with us for the rest of our life. The typical traditional lens implant is like the picture here on the left that shows a small center part that focuses, and then two arms that come off of it. And there are various designs that vary from that, but that's the most common design. we're looking at and doing a study on a lens that's called the IC8. And it'll have a fancier name eventually, but that's the current name. And it has a pinhole built into the lens. So remember when you were a kid, did you ever build a pinhole camera system?
Of course, yeah.
For a science project? Well, why does a pinhole camera work without a lens? It's simply because if you take a small enough aperture and you focus light through it, you don't need a focusing element. You don't need a lens to make the world see clear. And it turns out that if it's put into a lens implant, that's the part of the eye where all the light rays come to cross, so that if you have a small aperture like that, it doesn't cut down the light. It doesn't make it dark for people to see out of that lens. And it's remarkable because it takes away focal problems like astigmatism. It takes away, if the person's a little nearsightedness or farsightedness after the implant. And the implant's powered to fix that for the eye, but this fine tunes it further. So it's incredible.
So basically, the ancient technology of a pinhole camera is working in conjunction with new technology of the lens that is around that little pinhole.
That's exactly right. And if you dilate the pupil, as in this picture that's on the screen, we can look in back of the eye and see around it, and get a good view of the eye. But with the pupil in a normal position, smaller, the dark circle doesn't show. It looks like a normal eye to people that are talking to someone who has this, but it provides better focus. And this will have a lot of great benefits for people with a variety of conditions, but even for our standard cataract patients, it's very promising if we see this lens FDA approved, and that seems increasingly likely to happen.
And as an eye care specialist, is this easier for you when you need to look at the back of the retina? And one of the reasons I bring that up is your colleague, Dr. Brian Kim, was on last week and talked about some things that can happen with your retina when you get the implants put in.
Right.
Not necessarily caused by the implant, but as he said, sometimes it's hard for us once that implant is to look through there and see the back of the eye. So this has to help you folks as well.
Yeah, it's not likely to make it any worse, and if there's any benefit to it, that's still yet to be seen. What we think mostly it will do is make it easier to get good focus for people who are going through cataract surgery. So it may not be for people who have a lot of disease in the retina, but it will be for, the vast majority of our cataract patients have fairly healthy retinas, and God willing, they will for life. And this will help them to focus better and live better. So
it's incredible.
It's an exciting technology, and it's one of many. We're now enrolling patients for this type of lens through a study in our office. We're one of about a dozen centers across the United States that are doing it, and we've had really great results with it so far. And just to give a little background, in Europe and in South America, these lenses are already approved, and they're in very common use because of the success that they've had.
I remember years ago you telling me that same thing about other lenses. I think one of them was called Crystal Lens, and you told me the same thing. Well, it's already been in use in Europe for a few years. So
and Crystal Lens, which then new, is now one of the common lenses we use, and it's a terrific technology for thousands and thousands of our patients who've chosen to have it.
That's amazing. It's great to see these advances here, and the fact that it's happening here. It's to the point where if people want to. By the way, how do people get involved in that study? How does that work?
So this particular study is for people who have cataract and may need cataract surgery in the near future, who have otherwise, fairly healthy eyes. You can't have significant disease, and they would contact us, and at Harvard Eye Associates, we have a study department. We would evaluate them and see if they're a candidate for it. And if not, there actually are other studies we're doing. The last time I was on your show, we talked about another implant that's a new design. It's actually based on the Crystal Lens design. And we have others that are FDA approved. Certainly, no one who comes to our office is part of a study without knowing it. People who are part of studies always do so voluntarily. We never push people to be part of research studies because some people aren't interested in that. But all of our patients appreciate that we are involved in the newest technology, because to do that well, we have to understand the existing technology well. And so we really put a lot of priority on being as advanced as we can, choosing the best in new technologies that come along so our patients do better.
That's amazing. Let me ask you, because of all the extreme weather we've had, particularly back east, of course here, you know, we're 52 degrees or something and we're like, you know, have the parka on. But we live here, but a lot of people might be visiting back east, they go skiing.
Yeah.
When you get to these extreme temperatures outside where you have a high of, well, some of them in the minus, but you're in there, you shouldn't be out anyway, but let's say you do go out, you work, whatever it might be, what's the best way to protect your eyes? Should you be wearing basically ski goggles as you walk down the street on a very, very cold day or something to that effect?
So the eyes generally are not the sort of the victim of cold injuries, although they can be the victim of injuries related to the cold. So snow blindness is an ultraviolet burn because you've got, you know, white conditions reflecting the UV light toward the eye. The biggest thing we see around here in the cold weather is dryness of the eye.
Okay.
And you can feel it on the colder days that your lips feel dry, you know, everything feels dry, your eyes feel dry. And so addressing that proactively, warm compresses for when your eyes feel dry, lubricating eye drops for when your eyes feel dry are sort of a good first defense. And of course you want to have a good eye doctor who you can turn to for advice on other treatments.
Okay.
But those two things you can do on your own, warm compresses and lubricant eye drops from the pharmacy.
And then the reverse problem is you go inside, you have the heat on, and it can be very dry in your house.
Exactly. Yeah, part of the drying we get is because, you know, when you're outside it's dry, and when you're inside the air is, you know, conditioned, and that just zaps all the humidity out of it.
Yeah.
And you know, you're in the car, the worst thing is you've got your defroster blowing.
Right.
What's it doing? It's putting hot, dry air right into your eyes. And so direct those vents away, and think about how to keep the airflow out of your eyes if you're bothered by that kind of dry eye symptom in the car.
All right, and the lubricating eye drops are found over the counter, and
there's lots of different ones, and it's a good idea to try different ones. Sometimes the inexpensive ones work just as well for some people. The more expensive ones may be a little more advanced chemistry. They may be helpful. And if you're going to use them more than about 4 times a day, it's good to get preservative-free drops, because those, after a while, a lot of doses, the preservatives start to bother people. So infrequent use is fine, but frequent, better to go without them.
All right, very good. Doctor, always good to see you.
Such a pleasure
to
see you too. Thank you.
You take care, and say hi to everyone over there for me.
Will do.
All right, Harvard Eye Associates, and if you want more information, they're very close by here. You're very lucky that they're pretty much a stone's throw away, and you can go online to harvardeyeassociates.com and get information there. Great group of folks that work over there. We'll be right back.
Have you or a loved one been diagnosed with mild cognitive impairment due to Alzheimer's disease or mild dementia? Are you looking for new options for the symptoms of cognitive impairment? If you are 55 to 85 years of age and have been experiencing mild to moderate memory loss, you may qualify for a clinical research study. Irvine Clinical Research is seeking volunteers to test the effectiveness of a non-surgical therapy device. For more information and to see if you qualify, call 949-577-7415 or visit renewstudy.com.
Welcome to Village Television. I'm Lisa Hart.
And I'm Ken Goldenberg.
We're the hosts of This Day Morning Show.
And today we'd like to help you navigate our YouTube channel where you can watch all your favorite Village Television programs.
First, you will want to open your browser and in the search bar type in YouTube. Or if you are using Google, you can go to the upper right-hand corner and click on the 9 dots, which make a square, and this will provide a pull-down menu. Choose YouTube. Upon YouTube opening, there will be a search bar for you to type in Village Television.
Select the Village Television logo or select the words Village Television. Once you are on the Village Television's YouTube channel, you will have a few options: videos, playlists, channels, discussion, about, and search. To watch videos, it's best to know which show you want to watch. Click on the playlist.
Here you will choose which show you'd like to watch. For example, if you want to watch this day, select this day. You can scroll down and look for the video you are looking for. Or if you know what the subject is about, you can use the search button, which is the magnifying glass, and type in the subject.
To subscribe to the channel, you can click on the subscribe button and click on the bell. To view all governance videos, including Third, United, GRF, or VMS reports, go to the Laguna Woods Village website, and then in the upper left-hand corner, click on the YouTube logo. And once YouTube opens, you can use the search icon for the specific meeting or report you are looking for.
Thank you for watching, and we hope this has helped you find all the fun shows and videos at
Village Television. Well, the Roberts Rules Study Club, they will be meeting this Saturday over at the Towers in their Key Club room at 9 o'clock. And today we have on from the Roberts Rules Study Club, Joan Milliman. And Joan, today we're going to talk about, well, you kind of title it A Second Opportunity, Reconsider and Rescind.
Oh yeah, well, we all make mistakes sometimes, including boards. But the point is, it's never too late to, you know, to bring it up again if you know how. The organizations sometimes make mistakes, and people change their minds after the vote was taken.
Right, right.
And so there are a couple of motions we can use to bring the motion back.
Let me interrupt you right there. You said after the vote is taken.
Yeah, after the vote has been decided. Sometimes people say, oh my gosh, I shouldn't have voted that way.
Okay.
Or other information comes up that we didn't know about, or a contract doesn't seem wise after all, you know.
Okay.
Things like that, and people are human, so Robert's Rules does give you some chances to bring things up again.
Okay.
And those two motions are to reconsider and to rescind. Now, they may sound a little alike, but
they do.
Not. To reconsider means to reconsider the vote, whether you're for it or against it.
Okay.
It reopens the vote on a previously decided motion. But to rescind the motion, or to rescind means to rescind the actual motion or the action. So it wipes it out completely. No further action can be taken.
Okay.
You just
So this is almost like in a court of law when something is decided and they say with or without prejudice. So meaning that if something else comes up later, this case can be retried, or it may not be. They get to the point where they say, no, this is it. No matter, something comes up later, this is the end. This is it. This is as far as we go with it. This is very similar.
Similar, but it's a little tricky.
Yeah.
Because when the motions can be made is different. The motion to reconsider can only be made on the same day in which the vote was taken. The motion to rescind can be made at any time on the same day, the next meeting. It can be brought up again and and voted on. But the motion to reconsider can be made any time during that meeting, including even after the motion to adjourn has been voted on, but it has to do with before the chair actually says meeting adjourned.
Okay.
They can still say.
So does that mean a member raises their hand, recognizes, and say, you know what?
I move to reconsider blah blah motion.
Now at that point, does it have to be a 2/3 vote?
There has to be a second, however.
Okay.
So the chair has to say, it's been moved and seconded that we reconsider this motion. And then you can debate whether to reconsider or not. Okay. And sometimes there's very good reason to reconsider. And sometimes there's not. Somebody's just playing, you know, not appropriate. They've changed their mind, but not everybody has done it. Now, the only one who could make that motion is someone who was on the winning side for that motion.
Interesting.
So if the motion was defeated, it has to be someone from the side who voted to defeat it, or if it was not defeated, they have to be someone from
interesting.
From the for side. So no one else but somebody who was on the majority can make the motion.
And then rescind can be brought up the next meeting several months later and just simply say, now let me ask you, to rescind something, does that have to be put onto the agenda?
Oh, no, it doesn't. And if it isn't, then that's when it needs a 2/3 vote.
Okay.
To rescind is a bigger deal in a way than reconsider.
Okay.
And because it actually wipes the motion out.
Okay.
The action. Now, neither one of them can be made if some of the action is completed.
Okay.
For example, if a contract's to be signed and the contract has been signed.
Okay.
Because you have to go ahead with it.
Yeah.
Or fees have been paid or whatever. If the motion is being enacted, then you can't do either of these.
Okay.
Now, I think it gets a little tricky. Sometimes a motion to reconsider is kind of postponed. You can make a motion to reconsider with a caveat that it be reconsidered next time for whatever reason. But the way that's done is that you move to reconsider with the restriction or the caveat that it be called up next session.
Okay.
But you have to use the words called up.
All right.
And that means that no action can be taken on that vote, on that action, at all.
Right.
Until it's called up.
Okay.
So it gets tricky. Also, there's another part to it as far as debating that motion is concerned. You can always debate whether to reconsider or not, but when the actual motion comes up, it comes up in the same form it was given originally.
Okay. Now, let me ask you on the rescind part, you kind of end with just what took place. However, it doesn't mean that it can't be taken up again as a whole new motion at another time. In other words, you can go back to committee, re-looked at, changed, and now. But the point is, it's now a whole new.
Yes, exactly. We can't have the same motion, the exact same motion in the same meeting twice.
Right. Okay.
So even in reconsidering, the same motion in the exact same form can be brought up.
Okay. Got it.
But so. To reconsider then brings before the Assembly again the motion previously voted on in the same form as before the vote was taken.
Okay.
The one trick is, which is not mentioned in here, is you can't amend the motion during the debate because you're going to debate again.
Right.
There's another limiting factor. If all the debate in the previous discussion of the motion has been exhausted, then you can't debate again, but you can still bring up an amendment.
Okay.
And you can vote on the amendment, and that changes the motion. Then there's another debate. No, don't get me started. It goes on and on. But when you rescind, that just ends the matter.
Okay.
No further vote can be taken unless there's a new motion on the same subject in a changed form.
All right. So if you want to learn more about that, this Saturday at the Towers, 9 o'clock in the Key Club room. You can join them and find out more about this and many other things. And the Roberts Rules Study Club meets every Saturday on the second Saturday of each month.
Right, and everybody's welcome.
All right.
And we hope to see you all there.
Good to see you, John.
Thank you.
You take care.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
At Diane's Hallmark, we're ready for Valentine's Day. Are you? Come in and see our great selection of cards and gifts. We have everything you need to show that special someone how much you care. And don't forget those grandkids either. Diane's Hallmark has many gifts and cards for them as well. Diane's Hallmark is located in the town center, right next to Hobby Lobby. Come in today and take care of all of your Valentine's Day needs.
If you asked me what I wanted to be when I was a child, I would have told you a princess or an astronaut, maybe even a chef. But things change. I may not have become a princess, but I found someone who treated me like one. I may not have become an astronaut, but I still got to see the world. I may not have become a chef, but you would never leave my house hungry. The Emeritus Institute has kept my love of learning alive. Every day is a new adventure, and the Emeritus classes have made it possible to keep living out my dreams. Sign up today and begin your life's next adventure.
Did you know there are over 400,000 seniors in Orange County today? So where does a senior or family caregiver go for information and resources? You can turn to the Answers Guide, published by the Council on Aging Southern California. Answers is full of articles and resources to help you navigate the aging experience. You can pick up your free copy today at the clubhouse nearest you or at the Social Services Office. The Council on Aging, helping seniors remain healthy, connected, and protected.
Where can you see the greatest names in golf? Still making a name for themselves? Orange County's only PGA Tour Champions event returns as the Hogue Classic. Catch the legends of the PGA Tour at Newport Beach Country Club March 6th through the 10th and help Hogue Hospital give back to the health and vitality of our community in Southern California. Also, come visit the Hogue Health Village presented by Blue Shield of California to partake in games, giveaways, and informational health talks. Tickets available now at HogueClassic.com.
Well, with me today is Stephanie Pizzola, and Stephanie is a family consultant from the Caregiver Resource Center, and they work closely with our social service department. So I'd like to welcome you.
Thank you very much.
And you're going to be talking about some caregiving classes that are coming up. In fact, several times this month, and then May and September. The one that's coming up, the most recent, is going to be the 12th. February, also the 19th and the 26th. And tell us about the mission of these classes and who are they for?
These classes are for family caregivers, people that are taking care of a loved one. And it could actually be a friend, a neighbor, or a family member. And that can be very stressful and can have health consequences, emotional consequences. And so in the Journey of Caregiving classes, we try to teach coping mechanisms. We also address a lot of things like triggers. We really want people to find out a little bit more about themselves so they can take better care of themselves and ultimately take better care of their loved one.
You bring up a very good point about taking better care of yourself, because if you're not in good shape, there's no way you're going to help someone else.
Exactly, yes. And there's been a lot of research that's been proven that caregivers, if they don't take care of themselves, their health will deteriorate, and then they will get sick and potentially die before their loved one dies.
Yeah.
And then you're defeating the whole purpose of what you're trying to accomplish. So.
Right. We, in fact, knew somebody like that used to work here many, many years ago and would be on our show regularly, and the exact same. And that's what happened to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
very pretty
sad.
So this class, you're going to talk about coping mechanisms
that are unique to the individual.
Okay.
Let's say me going down to the beach and walking. That's wonderful for me. Maybe that doesn't work for you.
Okay.
Maybe going skiing is really what relaxes you. And right now, these beautiful mountains right in the background, that's kind of a wonderful thing to consider doing. Taking a walk just for 15 minutes or even 5 minutes to get out, get a change of scenery can be a nice way to just bring your stress level down, give you a change of scenery so that you can start to breathe deeply. A lot of caregivers will find that they're holding their breath often. They don't even realize it.
Wow.
Because they're so stressed.
Yeah. I would think that one of the hardest things is that just calming down and being able to have time to yourself.
Yeah.
If you're the caregiver and you're relatively in good shape, you're younger, and yet you were used to going out and doing things, and now some of that has been taken away from you. That alone just can be absolutely devastating.
Yeah, we want you to try to maintain your own balance. And even with caregivers that are caring for loved ones 24/7, I encourage them to go into sometimes the room of rest, the restroom, because everybody needs to go to the bathroom once in a while. And even if you're caring for someone with dementia, they can understand you have to go to the bathroom. And do some deep breathing exercises. Take 3 minutes. Do 1 minute of deep breathing, 1 minute of positive affirmation, and 1 minute of just light stretching. Doesn't have to be anything strenuous, but just, you know, move about a little bit so that you're very aware of your body needing to be stretched a little bit.
Okay. Now, what about the folks, you get to the point where just like, I can't handle this anymore?
Yeah. And we do provide counseling. We also have support groups all over the Orange County, as our partners do as well. And then we offer these Journey of Caregiving classes. We also do a home assessment that lasts about 45 minutes to an hour for a family caregiver. We'll come out, a family consultant such as myself, and we will have an assessment that is basically determining stress and burden for the person that is caring for their loved one. Then we develop a self-care plan for you.
All right. Now, how do you work with our social service department? By coming in and giving these classes?
Yes. Okay. Usually quarterly, sometimes just 3 times a year, and also we offer the support groups too.
Okay, because I know they have their ongoing support groups, so you work with them on that as well.
And referrals, you know, if they refer someone to us, and they try to promote our services as well. This is our brochure, and this is around Laguna Woods as well.
And again, I want to tell folks that if you are interested in this, the first one coming up is February 12th. And are these classes, you can come to one, you can come to all of them, does it matter?
I recommended that you come to all 3 because it builds on each other.
Okay, so 3 like this month, then in May, then in September.
No, actually the 12th, 19th, and 26th is one series, and then we'll have another series. So they're the same class, but we teach them for 3 weeks. And it's class 1, class 2, and class 3 in that series.
All right, so if you folks want to go to this, please register by phone 714-446-5030 or at caregiveroc.org. If you forget all that, that's fine. Call our social services department and they'll give you those contacts.
Great, thank you.
All right, Stephanie, thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you.
And great program that you folks put on. Glad you're with our departments here. We'll be right back.
Do you know the difference between the parts of Medicare? Part A, Part B, Part C, and Part D. There are many important facts you need to understand about Medicare to make sure you get the most out of the Medicare plans and benefits that are available to you. My name is Erin Reed, and I'm a licensed Medicare expert, and I would love to help you navigate the complicated Medicare system. Please call me today for a free consultation so we can figure out the plan that is right for you.
Let's say Disneyland celebrates everything, even the Year of the Pig and the Lunar New Year, which they do an amazing job at. With me is Carla Carlisle, show director, and we just saw the Mulan Lunar New Year procession. And it's quite a show. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yes, thank you. Thank you for being here. So Mulan's Lunar New Year procession is where Mulan and Mushu lead over 40 performers on the parade route all the way over to Paradise Gardens Park for a beautiful procession and performance of Chinese drummers and fan dancers, and of course the dragon dance. And new this year, since we're ringing in the Year of the Pig, the 3 pigs have joined us, and they're all dressed up. Fiddler, Piper, and Practical are all dressed up in their beautiful costumes, along with Mulan and Mushu. And we also have Goofy and Chippendale, all part of the procession. So there's over 40 performers, and we added a fun little firecracker finale, which is really fun.
Very, very loud. loud. If you come, be careful. It's very loud, but it's a fun way to end the procession.
Yes, it's four times a day you can see the procession, and it's daily, and you need to come out and see it because it is a spectacular spectacle.
And they have all kinds of dances throughout the procession. There's a ribbon dance. It's kind of like a rainbow.
That's right.
Gorgeous. It's really, really pretty. So they, I don't know, it just immerses you into the effects of everything.
Yes, it's very
beautiful.
Authentic. Yes, thank you.
So what else do we have going on for the Lunar New Year?
Well, we have some beautiful musicians. We have Melody of China that has come all the way from China to play these beautiful, authentic Chinese instruments. And today, Dot Nguyen, who is a Vietnamese musician, is here today to sing Vietnamese folk songs. Also, we have wonderful complimentary events like craft making. We make a paper lantern. Yeah. We have beautiful calligraphy. And of course, you can't miss the wish wall.
The wishing wall is fabulous. But yeah. I got there a little too late. They closed, so I wasn't able to put my wish on, but I'm coming back to put my wish on.
That's great. And of course, we have 4 marketplaces, food and beverage marketplaces. And the food is out of this world, along with our new Sip and Savor Pass.
The food is fabulous, and pick up a Sip and Savor Pass. You can go to any one of the little kiosks and get whatever you desire. They are really good. I've tasted just a couple. I want to go back and taste some more. Yeah. But we also have a very special guest right now. And, excuse me. Oh, are you ready? Hello, Minnie.
This is Minnie Mouse, and she's all dressed up.
Happy Year of the Pig.
She's having a great time. She's been here every year.
Yes.
Celebrating with us. You look gorgeous.
I love your tailor. I would love a dress like that. It's beautiful.
She's very chic, very chic. Her and Mickey Mouse are very chic. You can see them both together. And you can meet Minnie Mouse here at the Lunar New Year celebration, which runs through February 17th.
That's exactly what I was just going to say. So until February 17th, come on down to Disneyland Resort for the Lunar New Year Festival, the Year of the Pig.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Hi, I'm John Bowser Bauman. You probably know me best as Bowser from Sha Na Na, but I'm also president of Social Security Works PAC. And you know, when I'm in Laguna Woods, I always watch Village Television. Grease for peace.
Welcome back. The Old Pros have some exciting things coming up, and I have Sheila Bialka and David Deering here to tell us all about them. Welcome, both of you.
Thank you.
Nice to see you again.
It's lovely to be here.
Oh, you're always so excited.
Well, we've got some exciting things.
You do.
Yeah.
You do. So go ahead and start telling us about the Charlie Brown.
Oh, Charlie Brown. It's going to be our first musical that the Old Pros have ever done. It's a cute show. Everybody knows Charlie Brown.
Right.
And we have cast it, and now we're just waiting to get the official scripts. You have to get the official scripts from, you know, the people that own it, Tams Whitmark in this case.
Okay.
So we can't really move until we get the official script, and we get the official script 3 months before the show.
Okay.
Otherwise, they charge you a lot more.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right.
So anyway, we're happy with the casting, and we're happy with the musical director is Sharon Rosen.
Oh, great.
And of course, Mark Hochberg will be the pianist, and then we'll have drums. So it's not going to be a big orchestra, but it'll be a real fun show. I mean, old people playing kids.
Now, which Charlie Brown is it? Is it the original Charlie Brown?
Yeah, we're going to do the original Broadway version.
Yes, we're all going to dance around and sing.
Yeah.
And how many people do you have in it?
Well, they've got the 5 main characters and then chorus.
Okay.
So it's child 1, child 2, child 3.
Now, do we know the people who are the cast? Have we had them on the show before? Do you know?
No, you haven't, but you'll be having them.
You will.
Oh, we will be. I want to know who's playing Snoopy.
Something for you to look forward to. Well, originally we were hoping that David would play Snoopy, but he's not going to be around, so.
Oh.
Sorry, love.
Yeah. But he'd have been a great Snoopy.
Yeah. So when is it happening?
May.
Oh, in May.
May.
Oh, it's
May,
of course.
17th, 18th, 19th.
You
So we've
needed
got a
them
way
months.
to go.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll keep you up to date as we go along.
All right, well, good. So it's on
All the
May
bloopers.
17th, 18th, and 19th.
Yeah.
And so you said I'm going to have some people on here. So are people going to come on as you guys start your practices?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have them come on maybe in costume. You know, we're going to have special costumes made.
Oh, well, where do you get all your costumes from?
Well, I think the girl who's directing, she is also with the Emeritus. So she's got someone, I think, at Saddleback who's going to make them.
That's wonderful.
Isn't that nice?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah,
How fun.
yeah, so,
Very
there you are.
authentic.
And it's so much fun with costumes. Okay?
Well, I think it's better, don't you think?
So much fun getting into
All of
costume and performing.
Yeah.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, well, good. And what about you? Are you in it?
No. I've got too many other things. I'm producing, of course.
Oh, okay. And what is your part? Do you have a part?
I'm helping Sheila. I always help Sheila. That's my role in life.
It's your role in life to help her out. Okay. All right. And then, David, you're talking about the meetings that you guys have. So tell me about your meetings.
Right. There are many people in this community who do not participate as much as maybe they would like or we would like people to participate. And we're very active in theater here, the Old Pros. And what we're doing for our meeting is we're having several experts in various fields set up a table so people can come, for example, if you're interested, let's say, in building sets, okay? We have Ken Simonson, who's going to be manning a table and answering any questions about set building and taking names and emails so we can incorporate people into our club.
Okay.
A lot of people can't memorize lines anymore, find it difficult to memorize lines, but still want to be involved in theater. So we have a variety of theater aspects that we'd like to get people involved in.
Okay.
Just to name a couple, we have sound, we have costumes, of course. I mentioned set building, producing, acting, directing, stage managing, backstage crew. We're always looking for people to work backstage with props and so on. So we would love to have lots and lots of people come and tell us what they would like us to have. Okay?
Yeah.
We also do a lot of shared readings, okay, staged readings, which provide people an opportunity to perform, but without having to memorize lines.
Yeah.
So really excited about this
I think
opportunity.
people forget how much actually goes into a production. It's not just the acting. It's not just, the performing or the singing. There's so much behind the scenes. So I think that's a great idea. You can have different aspects to it so people can go, oh, I used to woodwork. I could probably help with that. So that's a great idea.
Exactly.
Great idea.
And I'll be perfectly honest with you. When I direct a show and I'm casting, I tend to cast people who've helped backstage, who've done their bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, paid their
Not
dues.
That's it.
exactly.
Not people who just walk in and say, "Oh, I want to act," and don't want to do anything else.
and it's also an opportunity for our experts, so to speak, to share what they do, because they get excited about what they do.
Exactly,
So
and
works both ways.
What better way to get to know somebody than to hear them talk about what they've done? So
Absolutely.
when are the meetings again?
The meeting is Thursday the 14th.
Okay.
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day.
Ah, wear your red.
At Clubhouse 7, starts at 4 o'clock. And there are
Okay.
always refreshments and time to socialize and meet people and talk about theater.
And we'll get through by 6, so you can still go out for dinner with your Valentine. If you have to.
Perfect.
Right.
Well, perfect.
We're not cutting into
We're not
somebody's
cutting
dinner.
into that. Okay, good. All right, now the most exciting thing that's happening this week is tomorrow. You guys are airing your second episode of Tales from the Woods.
Yeah.
Can you give us a little snippet real quick about what we can expect?
Well, I know that Mark Hochberg is going to be in this episode. You know, Mark who plays the piano. Everybody knows Mark.
What's he going to do?
This'll, I can't
Come
say.
on, give us. Come on.
I can't say.
You need to give us a little snippet, just
It's
going
to be a big surprise.
Pretend it's The View, and we're on The View, and you're going to give us a little
He's not, I'll tell you this much, he's not playing the piano.
not playing the piano. Okay, so that's going to, what time is that air?
That's on at 6 o'clock tomorrow on Channel 6,
okay.
and then 12 o'clock on Monday.
Okay, so repeat on Monday. Okay, so if you miss it on Sunday, then you can do it, watch it on Monday.
I want to add something as well to David's bit. Thanks to Ken here, our famous, wonderful Ken, gave me a brilliant idea about doing a podcast.
Oh.
So people will be able to read. It's a broadcast. And we can do the old-fashioned radio show. We can do all kinds of good things.
Okay.
And people don't have to do anything but act with their voice.
And have you started that yet?
No, we are looking into it. There's a lot to it. You know, it's like everything else that's new. You've got to explore, and you've got to find out how much it's going to cost and where you're going to do this at.
Exactly.
And the equipment you need. And,
But
But we will get there. We will get there. So just let people know that they will be doing readings.
Well, you keep us posted on when that happens.
And the ongoing Into the Woods, you know.
Tales of the Woods.
Again, the Old Pros is always looking for people to become involved.
Exactly.
Okay? And the more opportunities we have, the more likely we're going to get people in the community.
Okay.
That's it.
Come and support us and have some fun.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, thank you so much. It was nice to have you on.
Lisa.
Good luck
Thank
to
you.
everything.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah.
And remember, if you want to be a part of the Old Pros next Thursday, wait, is it next Thursday, right?
The 14th.
The 14th at 6
Valentine's
o'clock,
Day.
Valentine's Day. You can learn all about different aspects of the Old Pros, and join them if you can. We'll be right back.
Parkinson's disease is a neurological movement disorder affecting an estimated 1 million Americans, including many under age 40. It has no cure. Parkinson's is not limited to how a person moves. It can also cause symptoms like depression, fatigue, and impaired speech. Today, there is a new diagnosis every 9 minutes, though Parkinson's can be present for years before being diagnosed. The American Parkinson Disease Association is the largest grassroots network in the United States, working to help ease the burden and find the cure. For more than 50 years, APDA has funded pioneering research and provided critical support to those affected by Parkinson's. Visit apdaoptimism.org today to find out how you can help millions live with dignity and optimism. Your action today will help APDA put an end to Parkinson's disease.
Welcome back. I'm Kiana Lee. Today we're talking to Dr. Chuck Lee of 7-Day Dental. Today's topic is dental implants. Doctor, what do we need to know about dental implants?
Well, when you lose a tooth, you lose bone. With a dental implant, it maintains your bone, and it's an easy procedure. We are open 7 days a week, 365 days a year, for all your dental needs.
Thank you, doctor. So come on in and get your 7-Day Dental smile.
Hello, Laguna Woods. My name is Rick Bradford, and I am the pastor of Saddleback Church of Laguna Woods. I would like to invite you to join your friends and neighbors right here in Clubhouse 5 every Sunday as we worship, as we enjoy a free breakfast, and as we learn from our pastor, Rick Warren, the author of the best-selling book, The Purpose-Driven Life. Please be assured that you will be warmly welcomed at either our 9 or 11 a.m. service. I look forward to meeting you personally.
And our movie coming up on Friday, this Friday, Measure of a Man. This takes place, I think, back in like the 1960s or 70s, and it's about a bullied teen experiencing a turning point summer in which he learns to stand up for himself. Excellent cast in this. We have Blake Cooper, who plays the young man, Donald Sutherland, Judy Greer, and Luke Wilson. A very good movie, and I think it's I'm sure it takes place like in the late 60s and 70s, just from the look of it.
You know, another movie I never even saw in the movie theater.
Never even heard about that
You know,
one,
they just slip right by, and then all of a sudden they show up on your, your Apple or here on your station. Okay, then we also have Tea with the Dames, and we actually have a clip, so take a look.
Hello,
darling. It's like...
Do you want me to sit here? Yes, you're going to be stood behind. If you stand on this side.
Oh, this side is...
Oh, you're mighty, leave me alone. Hello.
Are we ready to go? I think we'd be. Now, if anybody wants to lie down, I'm here.
I did my first play when I was 10. We all just thought we were going to be stage actresses.
I think I met you, Mags, in about 1958. And we went to Edinburgh to the festival. We got pursued by Miles Madison.
Did we do that in Edinburgh?
Yeah, we did it at the festival, don't you remember?
No. I didn't know we were in Edinburgh. Were we good?
I didn't think we were.
Too long ago.
Michelle said, she can't play queens, you know. And George had said, I should think the last thing we want in a theatre for contemporary writers is girls born to play queens. I remember you saying, Mags, that you've been discovered and rediscovered.
Yeah, I'm still hanging in for that.
Oh, that looks good, that movie.
That does look good. I like it.
Yeah.
It looks very fun. So anyway, so we've got, so that's on what day? That's on Monday.
That's on Monday, yeah.
Okay.
Of course, Juni Dench has been recently in a lot of the Bond movies.
Right.
And Maggie Smith is Professor McGonagall in all the Harry Potters. So it's just amazing group of women.
Yep.
Hey, I'm going to get to the weather very quickly. The dog licensing and vaccination is going on today. If you're watching us in the morning, 9:30 to 1 p.m., they have vet services for vaccines. And then 10 until 1, they have licensing services. So I want to mention that to you. And that's over at Clubhouse 1. Now, the weather, beautiful day. It's pretty much what we had yesterday, a couple degrees warmer, a little more clouds on Friday. Then a scattered system coming in Saturday and Sunday for more rain. And by the way, looking into next week, another heavy storm is due in Wednesday into Thursday. So just to let you know, it's going to be kind of what we just had.
More rain.
A couple inches or more.
It's already so soaked as it is. Okay,
yeah.
So tomorrow we're going to have Sterling Financial, the United Mutual Update, and the Alzheimer's Club. So it looks good.
Yeah, oh, and also the Globe.
Oh, that's right, and the Globe, because we couldn't fit it in today. So
yes.
we'll bring it to you tomorrow, and it'll be really cool because we're talking about military.
Yeah, very nice.
Okay.
Take care.
Bye, have a good day.